Hey everybody, welcome back to Rod's House. Today's video is about replacing your Astro inline mute cable. Before we get into that, I know a lot of you guys are asking about my video or about my review, my tutorial of the Astro HDMI to optical converter. And listen guys, I thought it was going to be relatively quick yes or no on that. We're trying to see if it would support 1440p at 120 Hertz because the other HDMI to optical converters only supported up to 60 Hertz. Unfortunately, I did run into a problem. The converter would only support either 1440p or 120 Hertz. That's really weird that it can't do both of them at the same time. So I have been going back and forth with the Astro support team. They've pretty much been saying, try doing this. And then I pretty much tell them I already tried. So we've just kind of been going back and forth like that a few times. We left it at, they asked me for my address so they can send me another converter. And then I asked them why, right? If we're going to go through the same thing over again. Because if the converter they're sending me hasn't been tested at outputting 1440p at 120 Hertz, and they send me another unit that I can't use, then what's the point, you know? I guess I can give them away. So stay tuned for that because I'm not just going to keep a stock of Astro converters in my game room. So on to replacing your inline mute cable. What happened was I was playing my headset, right? Another normal night. I was playing, and then all of a sudden I heard a little bit of that static noise. And for anyone who has ever used an aux cable before, we all know that when it starts having that little static noise, that it's probably either the aux cord or, God forbid, hopefully it's not the actual port. So what I did was I started jiggling around the cable, and sure enough, every time I jiggle it around, it'd make some noise. So instead of breaking apart my headset and trying to change out the port, I did the most cost-effective thing, and I decided I'd order a new cable because they should be cheap. The mistake I made is I assumed that buying a cable through Astro was going to be expensive, like $60, okay? Because everything else he sells is pretty expensive. I paid $300 for my headset. I mean, it was a good investment. I bought it like 5 years ago and it still works as good as day one. And that's why I wasn't so shocked that the cable itself had gone bad because I've had it for 5 years already. So I did what I always do. I jumped on Amazon to find the best deal possible. And I ended up I ended up deciding on this cable that you guys see right here. As you guys can see, I purchased it November 17th, 2020. So it's only been about 3 months. And I'll tell you guys right now, it already stopped working. Okay? After 3 months, this replacement stopped working. I paid $10 for it, thinking it's just a cable. And my last one lasted 5 years. Okay, let me say that again. 5 years. And this thing lasted 3 months. Okay? So that was a mistake I made. And you know why? Because if you go to the Astro accessories, you'll see that they sell their inline mute cables for $10. Where is it at? Right here. This is for A10 volume cable, $9.99. Right here, A30 inline mute cable, $9.99. A40 inline mute cable, $9.99. And this stuff, at least the last cable that my last headset came with, lasted 5 years. And this cheap piece of crap right here only lasted 3 months. And the only reason I still have it is because just to make this video. But after this, it's going in the trash. All right, so I was really disappointed. $10 down the drain, not the biggest deal. But so yeah, so stay away from this. It says they're currently unavailable. Hopefully they don't make any more because they suck. But they do have 4-star ratings. So who knows? Maybe I just got a bad one. Maybe I'm being too harsh. But that was my experience with this specific one. What I ended up deciding on was I ended up getting this inline mute cable right here. This Astro A40 inline mute cable. But I did spend $30 on it. I did pay a tax on it because they sell them at Astro for only $10. So I paid $20 more. And that was literally just because they could deliver it the same day. And whenever I game, right now I'm working nights. So even if I'm not at work, when I'm at home, I still, live a night schedule. And I don't have nothing to do at nights. After I clean the house, there's nothing to do. So sometimes I depend on gaming or making some videos or doing my own thing. But a lot of the times I do game at night while I'm working this schedule, this graveyard schedule. So I did want it to be delivered the same day. And for those of you guys that use Amazon, or for those of you guys that don't use Amazon, you guys will know that when you're looking for any type of product, if you go to the delivery day, right here it says get it by tomorrow, but a lot of times it'll say get it by today. So what I did is I typed in Astro, inline mute cable, and then get it by today or same day delivery, whatever it says. And this is the one that popped up. So I paid $30 for it. I paid $20 more than I should have, but I got it the same day. And yeah, so you guys will see this is it. And this is more of a slide switch. So it slides instead of just pressing it like the other one I had. And it does work. The last cable I showed you guys, the mute button didn't even work. So I couldn't mute myself. And I'm pretty big on party etiquette. I don't like people to have to hear my life when I'm not, when I'm not playing. If someone else is trying to clutch a game or something, the last thing I want them to hear is my phone or my dog's barking, whatever it may be. So I would have to like shut off my mix amp, turn it back on. Really annoying, but it is what it is, guys. That's it right there, though. If you're in the market for one right now, don't overthink it. Get it straight through Astro. Once again, this is Rod's house. Thanks for watching.